Don't fool yourself. Deep down, you already know the truth. That person is not choosing you. They are ignoring you. Yet, despite that, you still can't let them go. This has been a universal and deeply human problem for many years. Your mind says, stay away from that person, but something keeps pulling you toward them. Everything you experience in your life reminds you of them. And the saddest part is this: the more aware you become of it, the stronger it gets. This is not a weakness or a problem of willpower like you think. I'm Monk. In this video, I will explain why you become attached to people who don't love you, how uncertainty creates a cycle inside the brain, and why logic struggles to solve this situation. Enjoy the video. Generally, there are two different situations. In the first situation, the person loves you. They show it. They are always there for you. They reply to your messages quickly. Everything is transparent and clear. In the second situation, the person behaves inconsistently. Sometimes they show interest, sometimes they don't. You can never be sure how they feel about you. If we examine these two people with such obvious differences, your attention will almost always be drawn to the toxic person in the second situation. This shows that your brain is functioning exactly as it was designed to. The mind operates through a series of mechanisms. Its primary goal is to resolve uncertainty. A question with a known answer is a closed file for the brain. It is not important. A question without an answer, however, is a red alert. In these uncertain situations, the brain becomes fixated on a single question: do they love me? If the answer were clear, the brain would ignore it just as it does in the first situation, but the answer is uncertain. That uncertain person sometimes sends a message, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they are close, sometimes they are distant. The brain can never close the file. And because it cannot close it, it keeps that person constantly at the center of your attention. You interpret this as, I love that person so much. The reality is very different. You are simply trapped inside a massive illusion. And then there is the topic of dopamine. It is so important that it can influence everything. If you're familiar with my other videos, you already know that dopamine is actually an anticipation hormone. When something is predictable, dopamine is barely released. For the brain, there is no surprise. And if there is no surprise, there is no interest. But in an uncertain situation, dopamine is released at very high levels, because there is always the possibility of maybe, and maybe this time. Someone who loves you is always there, predictable. Dopamine stays low. Someone who doesn't want you sends a message once in a while, unpredictable. Dopamine reaches its peak. When that message arrives, your heart starts racing. The reason is not love. It is a dopamine trick. And dopamine can sometimes be powerful enough to create an addiction. If something is uncertain, it can become addictive. Addiction does not always develop when you keep winning. Sometimes winning and losing intermittently is exactly what creates addiction. The person who doesn't want you unknowingly activates this system inside you. Sometimes they treat you well and your dopamine spikes. Sometimes they treat you badly and you feel hurt. Yet, despite this, the brain keeps sending the signal, maybe next time will be good too. And this cycle becomes endless and incredibly difficult to escape. Why does everything negative affect people so deeply? In psychology, this is called reactance. When the brain senses that something might be taken away, it starts valuing it more. Simply put, anything you can easily have does not feel valuable, but the thing you cannot reach feels extremely valuable. Anything that carries the possibility of loss is always more attractive. I have explained the structure of the problem and its causes. Now there is something else. The feeling of this person must choose me actually comes from the need for validation. If that person chooses you, it will prove something in your mind. I am enough. I am not being rejected. There was probably a painful experience in your childhood, a situation where you never received clear approval. Back then, you worked hard to earn love, but love did not come in the way you wanted. and your brain is still trying to close that unfinished cycle. Logic works in almost every situation, but it doesn't work here, because this feeling has nothing to do with logic. It comes from your emotional system, and the emotional system never truly listens to logic. You say, "This person doesn't love me, I should walk away." Your brain understands the situation, but it cannot control the emotional system. The solution is difficult. You have to feel it, truly feel it, and feeling it consciously takes time. Every interaction with that person restarts the cycle again and again. Their glance, their message, the question, "I wonder what they're doing," checking their social media. All of these things cause the brain to reopen that file, and you cannot prevent that. For the cycle to break, the file must be closed. A file closes in two ways. The first is through conscious emotional processing. The second is by stopping the flow of new information. When you stop receiving new information about that person, the brain slowly begins closing the file. It hurts, but the pain decreases. It may take a long time, but you can be sure that the file will eventually close. I'm certain you've thought this before, so I want to tell you this sincerely. The fact that the attraction feels so strong and the fact that it is so difficult to let go does not mean that you and that person share a special or unique bond. We've reached the end of another video. I hope this video was helpful for you, my friend. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. You are on the channel of Monk, the first monkey YouTuber. See you in the next video. Thank you.